So, hey everyone, my name is Yograj Sikka. I am student of Center for Global Education at Chitkara University in collaboration with Deakin University, Australia. So, today I am demonstrating my task 6.1D of SIT 331, which is full stack development for secure backend application. So, in this task, we are demonstration we have built a project which is based on implementing authentication and authorization in it. So basically we are making ASP.NET Core Web API application in it. So our main basic goal for this project is basic HTTP authentication, role based authorization, user management, password hashing, adding salt to password, claims based access control, database persistent using PostgreSQL, and entity framework we are using in this. So here we are doing some major changes, like major things like admin user can manage robot commands, map and users. Normal user can access only the allowed resources in it, and unauthorized user cannot access protected and endpoints in it. So let's discuss about the task sheet, what is given in the task sheet. So the task sheet mainly focus on authentication and authorization. The authentication means verifying who the user is, and the authentication means deciding whether which thing is allowed to the user and which thing is allowed to the admin. So this is basically the main key things in the project or in the task sheet. So basically the requirements are create a new user. So we had to create a new user, user bounded context, implement a user controller, store user in database such as PostgreSQL as we are using in Postgre in it, implement basic authentication, protects endpoints, using authorization policies in it. So after that, using hashing instead of storing plain text and passwords, and adding salt to it. After that, user claim authorization. So basically we also required to add the program.cs configuration and create a basic authentication handler function, add secure password handling, add role based policy like admin only and the user only. After that we had to we had to follow the layered architecture, so that the controller handle http request, the persistent layer handles database operation, the authentication handle login verification, and entity framework handle communication with the PostgreSQL, so that our database will communicate to it. So basically my projects, I will show you the overview of my project. So this is basically my overview. Before going to the overview, let's run it, so that discussing it will be running successfully over here. So we are using the .NET command here because we are using C# language. So after that, inside this folder you can see that there are multiple folders there, like first folder here is controllers, map controller, robot command controller, user controller, etc. Then there are model folders in which there are login model, map model, robot model, user create model, user model, etc. And after that there are persistence folder there, in which there are many folders, many files like extension method, imap, data access. There some files are from my previous task because I am using the same folder for this as well. So these are my particularly ef ones are my particular files which I am using in this task particularly, like map ef, robot command ef, user ef, and the robot context as well. After that there are the authentication, in which the I had made basic authentication handler and the bcrypt file. Bcrypt is for adding salt in it, and basic authentication handler is for basic authentication of persons. So after that there is program.cs as well. So in this we had done the startup configuration, where file, services, authentication, authorization, swagger, and database configuration are added in it. So let's discuss user model and login model. So basically this is my user model. Firstly, it represents the user entity stored in our database over there. So it contains basically id, email, first name, last name, password hash, description, role, create database, create date, modified date, etc. So that password hash here, so the password hash field store in the encrypted password, because instead of the original password, so that it will be encrypted and remains in database and stored in a hash password over there in our database. So this is important because strong plain text password is just a major security risk over there. So then we have a login model here. So in our login model there is a valuable object. So it contains email and password only. This model is used when user login or you update credential over there. It does not need any database table, because it is only used for transferring login data from one place to another place, so that when the controller gets the request, it will give the response particularly over there. So after that, let's discuss about the database and the entity frameworks I had built here. So basically the entity framework, we are using the PostgreSQL as database here, and entity framework core is used as the ORM here. ORM is object relational mapping, so it allows us to interact with the database using C sharp object instead of writing raw SQL queries everywhere. We are using the C sharp language. It will be making changes in it and giving us the proper output and the proper output from the database over there. So the robot context act as a database content. Here you can see is it is acting as a database context. So it contains db set for user, maps and robot command. As you can see, the first one is for user, then another one is for map. So these are my things. So after that, each db set represent a database table. This the persistent classes communicate with the context to perform the CRUD operation. CRUD is basically nothing, just a create, retrieve, update and delete model. So after that, let's discuss the user model and the other user controller, and the rest of the controller are similarly same. So basically this is my controller. This is the most important parts of the project because it handles the management and the security part. At the top of the file we use API controller and route attributes. These attributes make the class work as a REST API controller in it. So then dependency injection is used here, so that the iUser data access repository is injected the constructor, so that we had the loose coupling here, which is the great for the backend developer to do that. These allows loose coupling and make the code cleaner and easier to maintain as well. So after that, we are using the various command like get all user, which is for the endpoint return all the user from the database. It is protected using the authorized policy using the admin only access. After that, get user by id, post add user, and the various other are as well. After that, the password is hashed. In my project I am using the bcrypt file. So basically hashing is important here, because even if I am using the database is if the database is compromised, the attacker can directly read the password and just go there and access all the data from here. Then created a date and the modified data are added in it, so that the final user is saved to the database. Put update user, patch update credentials are there, and many more endpoints are also made over there, like delete user. So basically the I will discuss the status code here. So basically status code 200 is okay, 201 is created, 204 is no content, 400 is bad request, 404 is not found, 409 is conflict, and 505 is internal error, or also 401 is unauthorized. So whenever the another person will try to get that, it will get an status code as 401, which is unauthorized. So let's discuss about the user ef files. So the basically the class implements user id user data access, which is our interface classes. It is responsible for all the database operation related to the user. The robot context is injected through the constructor, and there similarly there are many endpoints also created, like get user by id, get user by email, and then get user by add user, update user, etc., delete user, and many more as well. So this is because this improves our maintainability, follow separation of concerns, it makes the project scalable, it supports cleaner structure. So basically let's discuss the basic authentication handler, which is the most important part of our file. So basically the authentication handler is the core security component here. So it is using for this I had inherits the class authentication handler of authentication scheme option, as you can see here. After that, inside it we are using www.authentication authenticate header is added here, as you can see. It is added because it tells the client that the basic authentication is required. Then the authorization header is read. The header contains basic command like basic followed by base 64 encoded string. After that, it will be separated by email colon. Then base 64 string is decoded, email and password are separated with the semicolons, and then the user is fetched from the database. Authentication failed with the status 10401, which is unauthorized. If the user exists, the password verification is performed, and the user will get the access from the by claiming the identity information such as username and user role. Then the claim identity object is created over there, then the claim principal is created, and finally an authentication ticket is generated. If that is valid, then the user will get the success, and if that is not valid, user will get the 401 status code, which is unauthorized. Otherwise, these are the things. So now let's discuss about our program.cs file. So basically this is our program.cs file. This file configuration the entire application. The first, the database connection is here. As you can see, there are the database connection as well. So after that, there are user repository, map repository, and robot command repository. Then authentication is configured. Then add authentication is used to get the basic commands. So there are two important policies that were added over there. So that policies were user only and admin only. So that are the then middleware is configured over there, which is very important, like use authentication, use authorization, swagger, http redirection for course, for removing the course problem in this, which is cross origin resource sharing. After that, middleware controls the http request over there with the pipeline. So the map controller and the robot controller are similarly working as similar as the user controller. So there will be nothing change in it. So as you can see, my project is currently running on the localhost 5190. So it takes a lot of time. So I had initialized it before discussing about the whole structure in it. So now let's reload this page. So let's reopen this page again. So as you can see, the page is not founding if we are not using the swagger here. Let's discuss swagger. So as you can see, this is our UI which is opened here. So I will show you something if I'm not authorized currently. So if I will try it and execute, then it will say the please sign in before doing anything to it. So now let's sign into it with our admin access. So as you can see, it is authorized, and then try to execute it. As you can see, it is saved and shows the code status code 200 and shows all the details about that in here. So after that, similarly with the user, which is our most important, we are done in this. So let's execute. It will show the user like id, first name, password. We can also get the command to post, because we are having the currently we are having an admin access. So let's make a user access as well, so that I will show you the difference between the user and the admin as well. Because user will get all the details, but the admin will have the access to post that as well here. So let's add our password like this: Yogesh at the rate 2509. Description could be anything. Hey everyone. So now just execute it. So we will get a code 201, which is successfully created 201. So here you can see one thing, I had didn't give id here, but it is automatically incrementing. This is because the help of the identity function we had used in the Postgre while making the table or while making the models over there. So this is basically my project. This is basically our full web API application. Thank you, have a nice day.